I brought my own accompanist. So hi, how are you? Are you good?
Yeah.
You know, 6 weeks ago, when I came here to audition for this show, I was even more nervous than I am right now. And it wasn't just because I hadn't auditioned or sung in front of people since the Reagan administration. It was mainly because I hadn't set foot on this street, McCadden Place, since 1981. Now back then, I was an assistant in an improv comedy workshop right next door at the McCadden Place Theater. And it was late one night, and the students had gone, and there was a wooden corral, a wooden corral type fence that went around the entrance to the theater. And I'm standing in there with the workshop director and friend back then, who I'll call Al, and a pickup truck drives by, and somebody says something to us, and I was friendly back then, and I said, hi. No, actually, I said, how are you? Like Phil Silvers. And when I said, how are you? The pickup truck stopped, and about 10 guys jumped off. They leapt over the fence into where we were now trapped, and they proceeded to beat the shit out of us. And all I could say was, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this to us? And then they took my head, and they kept bashing it up against that friggin' red wall of the building. And then suddenly, through the opening in the fence, I could see a white car drive by and stop at the intersection. And the driver began blasting the horn. And when our attackers heard this, they stopped, and they leapt back over the fence, and they ran back onto the pickup truck like cockroaches and drove off fast into the night, going God knows where. By that time, the white car had vanished, and even as I'm saying this to you right now, I hate to think of what would have happened if that white car hadn't stopped. So, I'm on my hands and knees, bruised and battered, and I looked to see where Al was, and Al was down. So I ran to him like Maria in West Side Story, and I said, come on, let's go call the police. And he said, no police. They're not going to do anything, and I don't want this to get out. Then it hit me. I was just at a gay bashing. I mean, how naive can you be, right? I mean, I now know that when people are beating you and yelling, fags, 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 they are not asking for British cigarettes. So, I knew what Al was talking about, because he just had a movie come out, and I just got on a sitcom, so we didn't want it to get out, so we didn't call the police, which I regret. Driving home, blood came gushing out of my left ear, so I raced to Cedars, where I was treated for a concussion and a ruptured blood vessel. To add insult to my injury, Al later told me that it was my fault that we had gotten beaten up. That when the pickup truck went by, I should have known better and kept my fucking mouth shut. So Al, if you're out here tonight, however, this did not destroy me, but it did change me. It made me even more closeted, more disconnected. Also, I was going blind, and I knew that my career was coming to an end. So I set my sights on finding a big, strong guy who would watch out for me, and maybe even love me, and allow me to love him. But that never happened. And I'm fine with it now. Really, look, kids, I'm going to be 60 years old. I cannot keep running around yelling, "Does he like me? Does he like me? Does he like me?" They never like you. So, in 2010, however, I did meet this guy, and we fell madly in love. I mean, to think that I could meet someone who was big and strong and sweet and smart and gentle and loving and big brown eyes and blonde, and here he is! My guide dog, Dave Thunder Bernstein, the love of my life. And so, ladies and gentlemen, here I am, out on stage with my best friend and these wonderful people on McCadden Place. Sit down by Papa. This song's for all our true friends, whether near or far. Day after day, I must face a world of strangers where I don't belong. I'm not that strong. It's nice to know that there's someone I can turn to who will always care. You're always there when there's no getting over that rainbow. When my small list of dreams won't come true, I can take all the madness the world has to give, but I won't last a day without you. So many times when the city seems to be without a friendly face, a lonely place. One look at you, and I know that I could learn to live without the rest. I found the best when there's no getting over that rainbow. When my small list of dreams won't come true, I can take all the madness the world has to give, but I won't last a day without you.